Look at that crust. That's just flavor. Look at it, flavor, dripping, crusty, moist. Doesn't get any better than that. Hi, I'm Schuey, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to reverse sear a ribeye steak to perfect medium rare. We're also going to make the latest seasoning craze, because steaks are great, but let's make them awesome. So just sit back, grab a drink or two, and let's get into it. Obviously, we'll be needing some steak for this video. Scotch fillet, whiskey fillet, rib eye, or rib steak. Doesn't matter what you call it, it is one of my favorite cuts of steak to eat. Now, Gippsland Premium Meats threw this 380 gram, 3 centimetre thick, grass-fed one at me the other day and said, cook that. No trimming required, that looks good to go. Now hold on to your hats, this next part is a seasoning, and this recipe took TikTok by storm from a guy called That Dude Knows How to Cook. So I'm going to be making the seasoning in his style. You are about to learn the recipe that has changed so many lives. We are making rosemary salt. Let's go. Strip that rosemary, pick that sage. Salt goes into a food processor or a blender, followed by your herbs. I don't say herbs, dude. 2 cloves of smashed garlic and your lemon zest. Lid on and blend. And now you have TikTok's favorite seasoning. For more information and details about this salt, visit the comments. You know I love you, and I'm out. How easy was that? Nearly as easy as liking this video. So now that we have our seasoning, grab the steak that's been waiting around patiently for us to get our crap together. Rub on some avocado oil. This will help our seasoning stick, both sides. Now give the steak a good coating of that rosemary salt and some fine black pepper. Do the other side. Don't forget the edges. Today, I'm going to be using a 57 centimetre Weber Kettle, and I'm going to be pairing it up with a charcoal basket and a kettle cone. First up, I'm going to be setting up for dual zone cooking. I'll be cooking this steak with a medium indirect heat of 150 degrees Celsius. And how I'll do that is by 3/4 filling a charcoal basket with unlit briquettes and dumping them into a charcoal starter. I'll light that up, and once they're all ashed over, I'll dump them into that charcoal basket on one side of the charcoal grate. I'll put the grill on. I'll place an ambient temp probe into the middle of the steak, and then I'm going to place the steak on the opposite side of the lit fuel. I'll add a chunk of cherry wood. I'll put the lid on, making sure all the vents are wide open and our vent is over our food. By doing that, that's going to draw the heat and smoke across our steak. I'm now just going to set a temp of 45 degrees Celsius. That isn't our target temp. We'll still have a few more steps of cooking after we reach that. As our steak reaches an internal temp of 40 degrees Celsius, I'm going to 3/4 fill a chimney starter with lump charcoal. And then I'm going to light that up so it's ready for the sear part of our cook. Our steak has hit an internal temp of 45 degrees Celsius, so we'll just get it off the heat and throw it on some foil. Add some butter, we'll remove the probe, and we'll let that rest for 10 minutes. Resting your meat is important, so don't forget that part of the process. All right, so grab the kettle cone, place it in the middle of the charcoal grate, and we're going to dump that 3/4 full chimney of lump charcoal into the middle. We'll put the grill on and the lid, and we're going to let that warm up for 10 minutes. Now, you can just add to the existing briquettes that were in there. Just put them in the kettle cone using some tongs. I just opted to start afresh and use lump. Today, I'm cooking with a dual zone setup. The first part of the cook was in that cooler zone. Now we've added more fuel, we're going to sear this steak. This cook's going to take around about 40 minutes, or for those of you who like to use my beer timer, you're looking at a 2-beer cook. Those out there asking me the question, if their beer's bigger or if it's stronger, does it 1 beer count for another beer? It's 1 beer per every 30 minutes. So if you buy bigger beer, drink faster. All right, it is time to sear this steak. And why do we want that crusty charring on the outside? Because charring is flavor. Now, we are going to use the flip it and repeat method today. That meaning place the steak directly over the hot charcoal and flip it every minute or so. Just going to keep an eye on the internal temp with an instant read thermometer. Time for another flip. We are aiming for a temp between 54 and 57 degrees. That is the perfect medium rare. And that's it. We are done. Now there's no need to rest this steak because we already rested it between the baking and the searing. So let's cut straight in and see if we've actually got that perfect medium rare steak. All right, the moment of truth. Look at that, nice and pink. Beautiful. We'll just slice the rest of that up. Now, although that looks spot on, we all know there's only one test that's worthwhile, and that's the taste test. Although that looks nice and juicy and pink, we still need to taste it. You know I'm gonna say it, it's that good it should be illegal. As always, cheers for watching.